a devoted husband, a loving father, a man of God. Nathan Leuthold seemed to have it all. But sometimes the people who seem the most righteous are the ones with the most to hide. Nathan Leuthold was born and raised in a small town in Illinois. He was brought up in a strict Christian home, and even as a young boy, he felt called to serve God. He met the woman who would become his wife in elementary school, but it took until high school for their parents to allow them to date. Just a few months later, they committed to spending their lives together and doing God's work as missionaries. A year after getting married, their shared passion for missionary work took them to far-flung corners of the world, including a stint in Lithuania. When it was time to start a family, they returned to the United States. But it wasn't long before they felt the pull of their mission work again and found themselves back in Lithuania. It was here that the first cracks in their seemingly perfect union began to show. During their second stint, Denise and Nathan became very close to a young teen by the name of Anna Dabalady. She came from a troubled background and began spending more and more time at the Leuthold home. Nathan and Denise welcomed Anna like an extension of their family, and she often babysat the children while they were spreading God's word. When it came time to return to the States after their third child was born, Nathan and Denise decided Anna had to come with them. So they sponsored her visa and got her a place at a local college. Little did Denise know beneath the surface, something sinister was brewing. A tangled web of lies, deceit, and forbidden desires that would ultimately lead to Denise's brutal murder at the hands of the man who had vowed to love and cherish her. On Valentine's Day 2013, Denise Leuthold's life was cut tragically short. As she entered her home in Peoria, Illinois, she was met with a hail of gunfire. A single bullet struck her in the head, killing her instantly. Nathan called 911 to report that he had come home to find Denise shot to death inside the doorway of their house. When police arrived on the scene, they found a horrific tableau. Denise's lifeless body laid in a pool of blood, while the house had been ransacked in what appeared to be a botched burglary attempt. At first glance, it looked like a burglary gone wrong. Denise's laptop, digital camera, jewelry, and 2 guns, including a .40 caliber handgun, were all missing from the home. But as investigators dug deeper, the cracks in the story began to show, and a far more sinister truth began to emerge, one that would shake the very foundations of the Leuthold family and the community they called home. Denise's car had been stolen and found abandoned, except her car keys were found under her body, which meant the offender had spent considerable time in the home to find the spare set of keys. And other highly valuable items had been left behind at the scene. But above all of that, it was Nathan's actions and demeanor which raised red flags. Firstly, his alibi was inconsistent. He said he had gone to the local spa to buy a gift card for Denise at the time of the murder. Staff at the spa said he visited them frequently, but it was always in the company of another woman. When they spoke to Anna's college, they found out she had been asked to leave because they believed she was having an inappropriate relationship with her sponsor. She had been reported as staying away in hotels, alone with Nathan. It was clear to investigators that the pair were having an affair. It also looked like Denise had recently made the same discovery. A note she had written was found in her planner, which said, "I have tried to please you for 17 years and never succeeded. I've never been good enough. Never done enough. I know that you want me dead. I'm not stupid." Forensic evidence, including gunshot residue on Nathan's clothing, further implicated him in the crime. As the pieces fell into place, a shocking motive began to take shape. The prosecution alleged that Nathan had killed Denise as a twisted Valentine's Day present for his Lithuanian friend, Anna Dabalady. A chance to start a new life with the woman he had grown so close to during their missionary work. Despite Nathan and Anna's denials of any romantic involvement, the prosecution painted a picture of a man consumed by forbidden desires, willing to sacrifice his wife and the mother of his children to pursue them. As the trial got underway, the prosecution wasted no time in laying out their damning case against Nathan Leuthold. A parade of witnesses and forensic experts took the stand, each adding another layer of evidence to the already overwhelming pile. The defense, for their part, maintained Nathan's innocence, arguing that there was no direct evidence of a romantic relationship with Aina Dabalati. They claimed the prosecution's motive theory was nothing more than speculation, built on circumstantial evidence and conjecture. Evidence showed that Nathan wanted to be with Aina and saw Denise as an obstacle in his way. The only way to get rid of that obstacle was to remove Denise from his life permanently. But in the end, the jury saw through Nathan's lies. In September 2014, after just 90 minutes of deliberation, they returned with a verdict. Nathan Leuthold was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to 80 years in prison. His cellmates would later disclose that Nathan confessed that the murder was a Valentine's Day present to his young lover. In the aftermath of the trial, the Leuthold family was left to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives. The three children, now without both parents, faced an uncertain future, their once idyllic childhood forever tainted by their father's unforgivable act. The man who had once been hailed as a pillar of the community, a devoted husband and father, now stood exposed as a cold-blooded killer. For the community of Peoria, the case served as a harsh reminder that even the most seemingly perfect facades can hide the darkest of secrets. The image of the Leutholds as a loving, God-fearing family had been irrevocably shattered, replaced by the grim reality of a man consumed by his own selfish desires. And while Nathan Leuthold continues to maintain his innocence, lingering questions remain. Was there truly a romantic relationship with Aina Dabalati? Or was the motive something even more twisted, a dark impulse that may never be fully understood? Was Nathan truly driven by his infatuation with Aina, or were there darker forces at play? And how could a man who had dedicated his life to faith and service commit such an unthinkable act? In the end, the Nathan Leuthold case serves as a chilling reminder that even the most seemingly perfect facades can conceal the darkest of secrets. A tale of love twisted into hatred, of faith corrupted by sin, and of a family torn apart by an act of unimaginable violence. As we reflect on this tragic story, we are left to grapple with the harsh reality that even those we trust the most are capable of unspeakable acts. And perhaps, in the end, the greatest lesson is to never take love for granted, for it is a precious gift that, once lost, can never be regained. Thanks for watching. If you like cases like these, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next case.